Hi there, Gemini. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for June. This month begins with a glittering alliance between the Sun and Venus in your sign. This is going to give you a marvellous opportunity right through to the 17th of June to really demonstrate just how creative, talented and attractive and alluring that you can be. It's an opportunity to recast your personal identity in some way, especially on the back of the new moon of the 5th, because this connects to Venus too. This suggests over the next month, your personal identity could go through some kind of transition. It's exciting stuff. But there are some nuances that are very important too, Gemini, not least that your ruling planet Mercury continues in a very sheltered part of your horoscope for the first couple of weeks, broadly, of the month. It's only when it moves that I really feel that you're going to start to feel much more switched in to the potential that's there. So I think from the 11th through to the 18th is a wonderful opportunity for you to really demonstrate what makes you totally unique. But what shapes up at the start of this month is also going to be influenced hugely by the T-square that's been going on between Jupiter, Neptune and Saturn. And that's been building up for some while, but that feeds in to the new moon, which occurs on the 5th. This creates a grand mutable cross. This is very important for world affairs as much as it is for our own more personal interactions. It's asking us to be flexible. Now, because your sign is mutable, you are inherently able to switch from subject to subject in a very flexible way. It's part of your gift. And that ability to think on your feet is certainly going to be emphasised this month. But it's also going to be important to be utterly sincere. I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying for all of us at times, we maybe get asked questions. We don't necessarily find it easy to answer in exactly the way that we're being asked or the person is asking wants. It's because we're trying to protect ourselves in some ways. And that's fine. That's going to continue this month. But there could be a bit of a conversation you do need to have in the first week or so, and it is going to be a really critical conversation because of the role of Saturn, because it's challenging both Venus and the Sun in the first week of this month. So although there is this light, fluffy, gregarious, gorgeous even, combination between the Sun and Venus, which is going to be joined by Mercury too mid-month, you do need to be conscious of where you're applying this and who is going to be tuning into it, and who you are going to be tuning into too. So your relationships are important. Your individualism is definitely going to be boosted. Some people are going to applaud this, salute you and encourage you. Someone else may feel completely put out and jealous. You're going to need to watch out for that. However, if you are trying to build something in the more material side of life, and particularly around where you live, a very pleasing influence between Jupiter and Pluto, which goes on all month, could see you doing something significant around precisely that area. And it may be that you're going to take the initiative. However, that initiative needs to work in with others too. And it must be realistic as well, particularly with Jupiter in opposition with Neptune for pretty well the whole of the month. Once we get to the 20th, however, there is a full moon, also in Sagittarius, and once more your relationship affairs come very much under the spotlight. It's certainly not a time to take anyone for granted, but at the same time, you may find that there are times you have to stay in touch with what's important for you as the individual. But if there is a relationship that's reaching a sticking point, it will be revealed around that time. The last 10 days of the month, however, are much more to do with more earthy parts of life. It's really the foundations. It's about money. It's about your values. Some of the things you've been working on earlier in the month can seem a little more frivolous as you try to lay down something that's solid and firm and lasting. But I do feel that this is essentially a very exciting month, and your natural flexibility and ability to get on with lots of different types of people is certainly going to be to the fore. But if there's something you're saying in a key situation, a very important situation, that's where you must be utterly straightforward and sincere. Otherwise, you may find that people are scrutinising what you're saying and what you're thinking in a much more probing way than perhaps you'd really like. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Gemini. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.